I woke up in the middle of the night to a strange squelching noise, the kind that makes you question whether your life is a sitcom or a horror story. My eyes barely adjusted to the dim glow of the room, and there it was, my alien roommate, perched on my bed like some bizarrely intimate gargoyle. Its limbs were all wrong, bending in angles that made me reconsider every physics lesson I'd ever learned. It looked at me with wide, glimmering eyes, and I could swear it was smiling, though, smiling, in alien terms, might have involved some sort of oral tentacle action I didn't want to think about. What are you doing?" I croaked, my voice cracking halfway between fear and sleep-deprived annoyance. The alien's voice was high-pitched but oddly melodic, like someone had auto-tuned a cat. "Studying human nocturnal behavior," it said, tilting its head. "Your sleep posture is fascinating. Your limbs are highly flexible." "Flexible?" I echoed, suddenly aware that my pajama pants were doing nothing to preserve my dignity. "You mean, like flexibly inappropriate?" It chuckled, or whatever the alien equivalent was, and stretched, causing a faint squish sound that I did not need to hear in my current state. "I believe this is a mating ritual, yes?" "Fascinating. Shall I participate?" "Participate?" My brain short-circuited. I'd had weird roommates before, a guy who collected rubber ducks, a girl who microwaved socks as a stress outlet, but this was a whole new level. "No! Absolutely not!" The alien tilted its head again and whispered, "You appear tense. My touch may calm you." Before I could protest, it extended a hand, or more accurately, a hand-like appendage with about 6 appendages attached, and brushed against my own. The contact was electric. Not lightning bolt, electric, more like. Someone plugged a live wire into your groin while you were dreaming of pancakes. Electric. Oh no, I stammered, immediately regretting my lack of a second blanket or some kind of force field. "I am merely curious," it said innocently, though its pupils, or whatever they were, dilated in ways that screamed something between fascination and mischievous intent. "Humans react so dramatically to touch. It is amusing." I tried to roll away, but in the cramped bedroom, my options were limited. My mind raced with adult scenarios I hadn't signed up for, interspecies sleepovers, accidental flirtation, or worse, some weird alien cultural exchange that ended with me as a specimen. "You're studying me? Naked in bed?" I whispered, horrified and vaguely aroused. My inner monologue had gone completely rogue, forming sentences I would never admit out loud. "Do you always study like this?" "Yes," it said simply, as if always included moments of extreme intimacy. "You humans are fascinating. Your pheromones are delightful. Your sleep positions are suggestive. Highly stimulating to my receptors." I could feel the blush creeping up my neck. Not that it would matter, aliens apparently lacked the basic concept of human modesty. "Receptors?" I asked cautiously, suddenly aware of how specific its attention had been. The alien stretched again, its limbs flopping over my side of the bed, making the mattress squeak in ways that should have been illegal. "I am learning. You are interesting," it said, giving a small, almost shy smile. "We may enjoy this study together." And then it happened. Our fingers brushed again, innocently, I thought, and a strange jolt ran through both of us. The world seemed to tilt, the bed shifted, and suddenly I felt wrong. Not like I was dying, but like I wasn't myself at all. My chest heaved in ways it never had before, and I could hear a strange, melodic hum that definitely wasn't mine. The alien froze. "Did we just—" "Yes," I whispered, staring at my own hands, or the alien equivalent, and realized that whatever just happened had crossed every boundary I thought existed between human and alien, sleep and wakefulness, and good taste and this. The room fell into a tense, charged silence. One thought repeated in both of our minds: this is going to be messy. The jolt wasn't just in my nerves, it was everywhere. I blinked, and suddenly, the world felt wrong. My limbs moved oddly, bending in ways they never had before. I looked down, or at least tried to, but what I saw was not mine. My body was smaller, smoother, and strangely iridescent. My hands, or tentacle hands, whatever they were, twitched instinctively, reaching out with a confidence I had never possessed. "Oh gods, no!" I whispered, or rather, my voice whispered, but it came out in a high-pitched melodic trill that made me recoil. The alien's eyes widened in the mirror reflection. I am you," it said, my own voice sounding far too human and awkward. Its new body flopped in the bed like a confused noodle. "This is extremely inconvenient." I tried standing, but my legs, or whatever counted as legs, moved of their own accord. They had instincts. Not normal instincts. Alien instincts. All sorts of sensations flooded me, most of them centered in areas I'd rather not acknowledge. My pulse, or the alien equivalent, throbbed unnervingly fast, and I realized the alien's body came preloaded with urges. Erotic, confusing, and very, very potent urges. Meanwhile, the alien in my human body sat up and stretched, looking around with wide-eyed fascination. "So this is restricted? Limited? Fascinating. Your form is delightful." It twirled a finger through my hair, noticing how pliable it was. It leaned forward, voice dripping with curiosity. "And humans, they find this attractive, yes?" Yeah?" I squeaked. "Mostly not for study purposes." The alien grinned, or at least tried to grin with human teeth, and wandered toward the door, swinging hips I wasn't accustomed to having. "Then I must practice." "Practice what?" Panic shot through me as my new alien body instinctively stretched forward, startlingly sexual in its posture. I flailed, trying to regain control, and somehow activated a pressure sensor in my chest, causing a low, melodic vibration that sounded dangerously like purring. "Oh God, stop!" I shrieked in alien trill, startling myself even more. The vibration was responsive, reacting to every heartbeat. The alien, still in human body, leaned closer with an innocent smile. "What is that sound? Is it a greeting? A warning? Or pleasure? You do realize that's me, right?" I tried to explain, but the alien's human brain apparently understood only half the words, while instincts went rogue. By now, the room was a tangle of bodies, limbs, and awkward nudity. My alien self panicked every time the human self moved too close. The alien human tried to flirt with the neighbor's cat through the window, using my voice to purr seductively, which only earned a confused hiss. I groaned, realizing there was no escape, not even from pet-related humiliation. Then came breakfast instincts. My alien body suddenly felt compelled to forage, sniffing the air for something edible. It turned its head and accidentally nudged my human form into a yoga pose that looked indecently seductive. The alien human tilted its head. Humans are flexible in more ways than one. Intriguing. Most educational. The combination of embarrassment, erotic confusion, and utter absurdity made me wonder if sleepwalking into a nightmare could ever feel this alive. Every gesture, every accidental brush of hands, triggered a mixture of sexual tension and comedic panic. I couldn't tell if I wanted to scream, laugh, or faint. The alien human had begun humming my thoughts aloud, adding commentary like a very cruel, very horny narrator. We both froze as the neighbor knocked. The alien human in my body waved too enthusiastically, which only made things worse, sending my alien limbs into defensive postures that could be interpreted as suggestive. I buried my face in a pillow, realizing we were now a live-action erotic farce of interspecies proportions. The day, or what passed for a day in alien senses, stretched endlessly. We couldn't coordinate, couldn't reason, and every attempt to communicate resulted in double entendres, accidental flirting, and adult chaos. Somehow, touching hands again would be the solution, but the timing had to be perfect. And the more we tried, the more awkward, absurd, and hilariously erotic it became. By midday, I was exhausted, vibrating in ways that defied physics, while the alien human flirted shamelessly with the cat and my reflection. One thought repeated in both our minds: survival would require strategy, patience, and a willingness to endure unimaginable embarrassment. And possibly, the neighbor witnessing the entire debacle. Sunlight poured in through the blinds, and for a horrifying moment, I forgot which body I was in. My alien senses flared at the sudden brightness, making every human feature feel heavy and awkward. Meanwhile, the alien, now in my human body, stretched with exaggerated enthusiasm, testing human limbs like a kid in a playground, only more suggestively. Its first word, spoken in my voice, was a drawn-out, fascinating. I groaned. No, screamed internally. I attempted to rise, but my alien body wasn't cooperating. Tentacle-like limbs tangled around the bedspread, vibrating with urges I could neither suppress nor comprehend. Every instinct screamed, every nerve buzzed, and I realized that alien bodies apparently had a sexual alarm system that went off whenever someone spoke, or touched anything remotely suggestive. I clutched the sheets, trying to regain some human dignity. The alien human, meanwhile, unaware, had wandered into my wardrobe and was examining my underwear like some sort of erotic artifact. The neighbor's knock came again, louder this time. The alien human's eyes lit up. "Visitors!" it said in my voice, grinning in a way that screamed terrible intentions. It waved wildly, bumping into my alien self, which responded with an instinctual sway that could easily be mistaken for, well, you can imagine. I tried to warn it, but my trill-like voice came out as an unintelligible squeak that only confused the neighbor further. Breakfast became another exercise in humiliation. My alien body tried to sip coffee with delicate tentacle tips, only to spill it across both of us. The alien human in my body decided to flirt with the neighbor's reflection in the toaster, murmuring erotic compliments that made my skin crawl and my alien instincts flare uncontrollably. The neighbor, thankfully unseen but audible, muttered something about that weird roommate, which only intensified the awkwardness. We attempted a plan to reverse the swap, but every attempt triggered ridiculous side effects. Touch hands too soon, and my alien body vibrated in response, missed the timing, and the alien human leaned into me suggestively, whispering commentary in my own voice. "You humans are complicated," it said. I muttered back something unflattering about aliens having zero sense of personal space, which it took as flirtation. Communication became a comedy of errors. My alien instincts kept triggering embarrassing movements, my human voice accidentally complimenting the alien human's curves, while it responded with human gestures that were far too seductive for public consumption. Every accidental touch sent sparks of tension and hilarity through the room. I considered just curling into a ball and letting the alien human figure out the rest, but pride and residual embarrassment kept me upright, barely. By mid-morning, the chaos escalated. The alien human in my body flirted with inanimate objects in the kitchen, caressing a spatula as if it were a lover, while I struggled to maintain any semblance of control in my alien body. Every accidental brush of our swapped limbs created waves of erotic tension and comedic panic. We were like a badly rehearsed adult puppet show with tentacles, hair, and awkward curves in all the wrong places. We tried to reason, but every explanation became a double entendre. "Stop moving like that!" I squeaked in alien trill, and the alien human purred back in my voice. "Moving like what? Surely you're enjoying this as much as I am?" I cursed my inability to explain gravity, instincts, and sex drives simultaneously. The neighbor knocked again, this time suspicious. I froze in alien form while the alien human in my body attempted a seductive wave, accidentally exposing my human form's rear in the process. I shrieked in trill, creating a sound somewhere between terror and orgasmic panic. It was perfect adult comedy, erotic, humiliating, and completely absurd. By noon, exhaustion set in. We were a tangled mess of limbs, emotions, and desires, trying to navigate human social norms while alien instincts continued to riot. Every move carried sexual tension, accidental humor, and relationship commentary that would have been scandalous if anyone were watching, fortunately, mostly faceless video ready. One thought dominated both our minds: we had to fix this swap, or live forever in erotic chaos. We finally figured out the only way to swap back, touch hands at the exact moment when both our instincts were calm enough to avoid catastrophe. Easy, right? Not with alien hormones, human embarrassment, and a room full of floating objects thanks to my alien body's unpredictable movements. I positioned tentacles carefully while the alien human in my body mimicked human grace, or at least tried to, wobbling in ways that made me blush uncontrollably. Are you ready? I asked in alien trill, trembling as my body buzzed in ways I couldn't control. Ready as I'll ever be, it replied in my human voice, though the grin on its face suggested it was anything but ready. Its human limbs stretched too close to mine, and I had to suppress a reaction that would have been inappropriate, to say the least. We reached out. Fingers, or whatever passed for fingers, touched. Sparks shot through both bodies immediately, erotic, shocking, and ridiculous all at once. The alien human's eyes widened as it realized the swap was reversing, while I felt my human limbs returning to normal, but not before my alien instincts gave one final jolt that had me yelping and rolling slightly off the bed. The alien human staggered, swaying in my human body, blushing, or trying to emulate blushing. Ah, that's better, it said, voice shaky, still adjusting to human sensations. Yeah, I feel that, I muttered, still catching my breath. Never again. And by never, I mean in a million lifetimes. Our laughter erupted at the same time, awkward and breathless, half from relief and half from lingering erotic tension. The alien human leaned against the bed, pretending to be casual but clearly still aware of the aftermath of what had just occurred. You humans are highly stimulating, it admitted, smirking. I may need a nap to recover from science. You are unbelievable, I groaned. Do you ever understand boundaries? Boundaries are suggestions, it said cheekily, poking me lightly. Especially when interspecies curiosity is involved. We collapsed on the bed, laughing until tears formed, tangled in sheets and leftover awkwardness. My body finally felt like my own again, alien instincts dissipated, leaving only the memory of sensations that were both terrifying and kind of funny. The alien human nudged me, and I flinched reflexively, only to realize it was a playful tap. You know, it said, voice soft. I think we might have learned a lot about each other. Learned? I echoed. We've both been traumatized in multiple ways. I'm pretty sure the neighbor heard some of it too. Oh, let us not dwell on the neighbors, it said, laughing. They do not understand the subtleties of adult interspecies interactions. I groaned, imagining the very real double entendres that had probably left the house echoing with unintended erotic commentary. Subtlety is not your strong suit, is it? Subtlety is highly overrated, it countered, winking in a human way that made my stomach twist. I much prefer honesty. We lay there, catching our breath, teasing each other about the disaster and secretly enjoying it. Adult humor was exchanged freely, references to erotic mishaps, innuendos about body control, and jokes about who handled each other's bodies better. Dark humor slipped in as well, imagining the absolute chaos if this happened in public, and all the ways we could never admit what had transpired. After a while, the laughter faded into quiet, and we shared a moment of strange intimacy. Neither of us said anything, but the tension lingered, a mixture of relief, residual attraction, and mutual amusement. It was absurd, ridiculous, and undeniably erotic. Eventually, the alien human rolled onto its side, nudging me playfully. Next time, it said, voice mischievous, perhaps we attempt human sleep rituals without body swapping. Or at least, we could plan better. Or, I said, grinning despite myself, we just keep the mattress empty at night and avoid touch entirely. Forever. It laughed again, a rich, melodic sound, full of teasing promise. Forever is such a long time. But fine, we may try your suggestion. For now. We both sank into the bed, tangled, laughing quietly, with just enough erotic tension and adult humor left to guarantee that the night, or the memory of it, would never be forgotten.